Mr. K made a horrifying discovery. This eerie hotel was slowly shrinking every single day. To confirm his terrifying suspicion, he tied a rope taut between the walls at both ends of his room. The next morning, the once straight rope had gone slack in the most disturbing way. The rope itself hadn't gotten shorter. There was only one possible explanation. The distance between the two walls was contracting. This revelation shook him to his core. He walked into the hallway to measure the distance between the walls. What he found was chilling. The walls he couldn't touch with his arms fully outstretched last night could now be reached with ease. But here's what terrified him most. This hotel had no exit. The man was a magician who'd planned to perform a show in this small town. He checked in 3 days ago. The front desk clerk was a one-eyed old woman. Exhausted, he'd gone to bed early that first night. He never imagined what nightmare awaited him when he woke. The next morning, as he dragged his heavy suitcase toward the exit, the staircase at the end of the hallway had vanished. In its place stood a wall. The wall looked ancient, not freshly built. Yet he clearly remembered walking up those stairs from this exact spot last night. Suddenly, the hallway shook violently. The wall began pulsing with rhythmic vibrations. The lights flickered. Then came something far worse. A band crawled out from a narrow gap in the wall. They played their instruments as they shuffled toward Mr. K. Panicked, he turned and ran. Unable to find an exit, Mr. K had no choice but to stay at this twisted hotel. He even ended up working as a chef. Every resident in the hotel seemed oblivious to the shrinking space, everyone except Mr. K. When he desperately tried to warn them about this horrifying truth, their reaction was ice cold. They threw him out of the kitchen. That's when Mr. K finally understood. These people didn't want someone awake telling them such a cruel reality. Their denial was far more hopeless than the hotel itself shrinking around them. The horrors didn't stop there. One day, while Mr. K was heading to the bathroom, the door handle began turning. Someone was trying to force their way in from outside.
It's occupied.
Is it true what they say? Are you the liberator?
Mr. K explained he wasn't whoever they were looking for, but in the next second, the door's ventilation grate was shoved open. Several pale arms reached through the gaps. They clawed for his ankles. He kicked desperately at those grotesque appendages. Nothing he did could stop them. Mr. K shouted that he wasn't their savior. The arms froze instantly and withdrew. Now desperate to escape, Mr. K asked a coworker a simple question. Where was the hotel's exit? His coworker's answer chilled him. He'd worked here for 10 years and never once stepped outside. Just then, a woman walked into the kitchen, the front desk clerk. Mr. K rushed after her, convinced she was hiding something. But when he reached the hallway, she'd vanished without a trace. He started marking the walls, trying to map an escape route. Then he peeled back a strip of peeling wallpaper. What he saw turned his blood to ice. Beneath the wallpaper wasn't brick or wood. It was a writhing mass of fleshy tendrils. They pulsed slowly within the walls, alive and moving.